Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. You might notice this big monument behind me as my backdrop today. It's because I'm starting a new series this week, which I'm calling the Crypto Mount Rushmore. Now, you know that I live in South Carolina, but the next state in alphabetical order is South Dakota. I have not been able to visit this monument just yet. Hope to one day. But I will say that this is often a very big conversation piece as you get into conversations with people, I'd say at a bar or discussion or sports radio. People love making lists. So what I decided to do is I think that we need another conversation starter here in the crypto space. So I decided to make a Mount Rushmore, and I'm not trying to be on the mountain. I'm just trying to show you all 4 spots. So we have 4 spots here of the Crypto Mount Rushmore. So I decided that I was going to pick out 4 people that I would put onto my own Crypto Mount Rushmore. Now, my criteria was basically just that who are the most influential people in the space, but not YouTubers. I'm not going to be, obviously not putting myself up here, not going to be putting other crypto influencers here for YouTube, but I'm going to be focusing on the people that are actually working in the space. So there's lots of names to consider. There's lots of faces that could appear up here, but stay tuned throughout the week as I name each one, and then I conclude with the names that I considered but didn't quite make the list. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you leave some comments down below as to who you think is going to be on the mountain, or who you think that I omitted or I should have put on the list. So with that said, let's get rolling with another name and another face for the mountain. Okay. We're going to start with the first position in Mount Rushmore, which is George Washington's spot. And for that, you're looking at the first president on the Mount Rushmore version, the official version. But in the crypto version, there can probably really only be one person that goes in that spot. Now, that particular person is actually probably a pseudonym. It may actually be more than one person. But he's known for a very famous thing, being the starter of it all, being the big name that everyone talks about. And as we all want to stack sats, it all goes back to Satoshi Nakamoto. So our first entry on the Crypto Mount Rushmore can only be Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder, the author, the pseudonym used for the Bitcoin white paper. The name was introduced to people in 2009. And it was really documented very well in a movie called Banking on Bitcoin, which I believe is still available on Netflix. It was a 2016 documentary. It's probably on YouTube as well. It talks a lot about the cyberpunks in California that were looking at creating digital currencies. And I've been looking about it for years. Actually, digital currency predates Bitcoin by a number of years. But Bitcoin was really the first one that solved the double spend problem where you can't send it to 2 people at once. Solving the problem really was internet speed. Internet speed finally caught up that you could actually do it this way. But everything leads back to Bitcoin as being the founding of all of cryptocurrency. And it all goes back and traces back to the Bitcoin white paper. So whether you think it's Craig Wright, I don't think so. Hal Finney, Nick Szabo, I think I've heard Alan Greenspan before. Whoever you think it is, it's certainly not this gentleman who happened to be a neighbor of the cyberpunks in California. This was in the Banking on Bitcoin video. It was pretty funny. This older Asian gentleman I think he was arrested and questioned as to why he invented Bitcoin, and he had no idea about Bitcoin or the white paper at all. He just happened to have the exact same name as Satoshi Nakamoto, and it was one of the neighbors of the cyberpunks. So imagine how that name just happened to be on the white paper. So think about that. I know they all used to talk. It was a tight-knit group back then. But as far as who is the founder of Bitcoin, we may never know. And that's probably a good thing, because much like the questioning that this gentleman had to endure for allegedly being the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto and the founder of Bitcoin, the fact that we don't have a true owner, we don't have an origin person, is probably a good thing, because that person will probably be persecuted by the powers that be many times over. So to wrap it up for now, face number 1 on my crypto Mount Rushmore, the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto. So there you have it for today. I'm kicking it off in style. My crypto Mount Rushmore, the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto. Of course he has to be there. The #1 coin, the #1 brand, the Kleenex of cryptocurrency, the Xerox of it, the name, the project most associated with all of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. And of course, and hence the Bitcoin shirt today. And what better way to introduce this video? So Bitcoin is synonymous with cryptocurrency, and much like we put our first president on Mount Rushmore, we put our first founder of the first crypto on our crypto Mount Rushmore. So what are your thoughts? Did I get this right? Did I get it wrong? Would you put someone else? Would you put Craig right up here? Would you put someone else? Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore? And remember, if you put someone on the list, there can only be 4 spots. And when I get done with all 4, I'm also going to talk about the list I didn't include. It's going to be an interesting debate and discussion. I would love to hear your thoughts as to who you would put on the mountain, who you would kick off, because there can only be 4. So with all that said for today, I'm going to close the drawer on the bureau, say follow the leader, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.